Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here. Another astrogravitational report for you. Today is going to be some very, very interesting energies out there coming towards us. Yesterday was that little bit of melancholy from the past, certain things from the past that was connecting since the moon. It is about the past and the future through the moon knots, which as we know is the south and the north node, right in the chart, that it's telling you where you come from and what is your things that you need to do in a life at this time. So today we're going to see some that the moon, it's going to be, first of all, is going to get that energy through Chiron. It is about healing. Okay, a lot of you talked about this, but the moon is going to begin to opposing Saturn, and Saturn is going to beginning this divine whispers is like take a look the past. Did you did everything right? He's going to be basically guilt tripping a lot. So expecting today these energies to really kind of like a cranking you up. But what is it, the purpose of this energy? The purpose of this energy, it is like, did you did everything right in you, so it can be in right with everybody? Because the moon, as she's going to be moving, as I said yesterday, she's going to be moving into from Virgo to Libra. This is going to be the energy that is going to be affecting a lot about the relationships. We're going to have some the moon. It's going to be moving even to the new moon is going to be a very interesting, because this is going to be exactly all the personal planets in the one place. And when all the planets are up in the one place in there, that mean that the whole focus is going to be kind of like a pressed. Okay. And this is going to be, in a way, beginning of this opposing of Jupiter. So we're going to see a lot of these energies that about these evaluations of self, preparations to be for the relationship. But you need to understand that the problems in the relationships, they trigger the unfinished business we're going to have within ourselves. And to do that, we do that with evaluations at the sixth house. We did that evaluations of what we have to have, what we have at Virgo. So take a look in your charts. What do you have at sixth house? What do you have at Virgo in particularly? Because that energy is going to be telling you something you need to do in your life. Before you go to your progressive chart, understand your birth chart. Okay, don't go directly to the progression. Is like, oh dear, well, I moved in and it's so on and so on. No, the birth chart, it is the energy you entering the earth. That is it, the energy your soul matched with the vibrations in earth, and this is how that the soul entering the body. You're born with this energy. This is what your base is. All right. Hi, Jonathan. Thank you for coming in. And thank you for saying hi. And let's begin. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock in the morning, we're going to be seeing that the moon is going to be at 19 degrees of Virgo. It's very beautiful energy that's going to be with this. She's right now, it's the positions of mediator between the conflict of the Jupiter, that is it, the Sun, Mars, and Venus coming in together. That's mean this personal, because right now Venus is leading the pack. Venus is about love and values. Okay, but love and values within the work that it's done has to match the actions, the dignity, the honor, the decency of the masculine's energy union with the will, the power of you. Okay. But now we're seeing it that there's a lot of immature actions are coming in, because this energy is what? Squaring Chiron. And this is a why when you are an adult, if you have problem with your adult life, take a look your inner child, the way you grow up, the way you matured. I did a very good consultations about this today. All right. But right now, this energy is going to be calling for this because what is coming in the next few days, it's going to be actually testing time. Okay. This is going to be a testing time. So the moon is trining Venus in the Mars and is sextiling Jupiter while Jupiter is opposing the sun. So now all this growth in there, it is because you do a self revaluations. It may be a rough, it may be a tough a little bit, but the things are proper way. All right, we're gonna have some the ascendant that's gonna be with Lilith in there. It's about this shadowing coming out in the public exposures, what really are. Some of you may be going to be, as I said, afraid of being in the public. Says like, okay, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that. So what? But I'm trying to do my best, right? We're gonna see some of these energies, this kind of like things that comes in. Uranus, who is retrograde at Taurus, that energy actually it is very much helpful right now because it is redoing things in the material world. But you have to make sure how do we redo the things in the material world. There's going to be a lot of shift, a lot of losses, a lot of gains, a lot of maturity, a lot of shifting from one place to another. And this energy is coming from where? From above. Uranus is controlling the energy coming in from the universe in the earth. So, with that energy that we're going to be dealing with later on at 9 o'clock, we're going to see that the moon is going to be squaring the ascendant at Sag. Of course, I mean this is a Virgo Sag duality in there. It's like, should I do? Should I not? Should I say? Should I act? Should I not? Did I the proper? A lot of this, overthinking processes that is going to be coming in. Mercury right now, it is focused on the new beginning. If you're focused on what you're telling to yourself for the future self you developing right now, God bless your soul. I'm with you. Okay, very beautiful. This is a very beautiful because Mercury is at 9 o'clock night, 9 degrees. I'm sorry, at Capricorn. Aries right now sextiling the North Node. And with these energies, we are going to be seeing that trine towards the south, moving from the past and going to the future. But first, has to comes in here. But as we are looking at to that pack of personal planets, Venus right now it's leading the pack. 10 it's Mars, 10 it's the Sun, and 10 it's Mercury. I guess who is arriving? The Moon is going to be arriving. Okay. And as the moon is going to be arriving in there pretty much in a week from now, we're going to be seeing a lot in the next week. There's going to be a lot of changes. Okay, particularly take a look your triggers that's coming up. We're going to be talking about more about this tomorrow because the moon is going to beginning into entering what relationships. Okay, all right. So talking about later on, this energy is going to be even increased because we're going to have some Pluto. The transformations is going to be in order. Hi, Jolene. Glad to see you here. If you have any questions, you can ask in there. We've seen some this Pluto that is like, okay, I'm approving the shadow to comes out in the public. Let's to be what it needs to be. That's what does that mean? Let's put the cards on the table. Can you be honest to yourself? You to put the cards to your table. It's like, okay, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. I don't have a lot of discipline, or I don't have of lots of willpower to go and do the things. We're talking about Capricorn's energy, right? And take a look what you have in a Capricorn. If you have anything that squares Capricorn, that means there is something is in there. Okay. But if you have, like, say, like the North Node and the Capricorn, you're going to have a rough time because that energy is going to be telling you when you're going to do your destiny. I have a North Node in the Capricorn. I know what I'm talking about. Okay. So as that energy is going to be coming in, we're going to see 9 o'clock Pluto coming in the event horizon. Very beautiful. Lots of transformations coming in with this process. Thank God my Jupiter is nearly there. So I like that energy. That energy is very powerful. Pay attention to what you have in Aquarius, the first degrees in there, because this is where the transformations it's taking places. Okay? And this is what I'm saying is about know your own birth chart. You don't know your birth chart, your progressive chart doesn't really matter if you don't know your birth chart. All right. Going on at 10 o'clock, the inner work is going to be more connecting into the Sag about this publicities and so on and so on. There was reports that a few journalists got fired and so on because of certain things and all that stuff. That is in the public. But when you look at it within yourself, what are you publicly stating about yourself? This, what is it, the moon is going to be triggered is about like, in the past, I present myself as something that I'm not, just because I try to fit in. Now I have to present myself of what I am, so that people can accept me as who I am, and I don't have to wear a face mask. This is one of the things that Saturn is going to be asking the people to come out. Okay, to come out of the shadow, come out of the closet. For a lot of the people, there's gonna be some all the sudden things. Because what? Saturn says you need to live in your truth. Okay, that's what it is. Get out of this hermit mode, Virgos, right? 11 o'clock is gonna be about this Capricorn's energy. The inner work is gonna be at Capricorn. Have you do a good job for your new self? That is going to be squaring the event horizon, and it's going to be like you don't do that good job right now to be your truth. How you going to be do the true work, and how you going to be your true new higher self as you want to be? Ain't gonna happen. And now this is going to be start triggering this guilty consciousness that's coming from Saturn and Neptune. It's going to be like, what are you thinking about this? So pay attention to this. Please, if you have a conflict with your bosses, calm down. Use the inner peace and the soul vibrations in there because, things is going to be intensive. All right? Because certain things is going to be kind of like a close down. It's like your boss is nervous for certain things, not because of personality in you, but he have to let it go out of it. And this can be a very kind of like a, from personal to professional relationship, which is totally wrong, right? This is a event horizon and areas. I am what I present myself with what? The 10th house, what I'm working. So this is a personal work relationship, so be careful with that. And if you have anything that squares areas, Capricorn particularly, God bless you, so you don't love bosses. You gotta be a self-employed. Just I'm saying it like that. Okay. All right. Talking about this authority at 12 o'clock, we are gonna see that this energy, the inner work, is gonna be with the Sun opposing Jupiter. As like Venus, Mars, and the Sun. They are both at 18 degrees. It's not exact yet because Jupiter is at 20 degrees. But we are going to feel a lot of pressure of lack of growth within the family and the family patterns and the inner child things and what the authority is. And we are still acting of this wounded inner child in there, and we're still making a mess in our adult life. And we can see this from any level as you go, and any kind of like a sphere of humanity. It doesn't matter what it is because it's collective energy. Okay, we're going to see it on a personal level and to all the levels of what is going on into the world right now. Okay, lack of maturity. Chiron is going to be in divine energies with the moon. Is going to be like here, healing the inner child. And that's what it is. Did you steal some chocolate and he did not say he stole the chocolate as a child and then he get you in troubles? Okay. Did you run out to catch the chickens out there? Right? Did you did something inappropriate and then you got caught? Did you did something that you're not proud of it in your childhood? And now is the same inappropriate things they beginning to comes in into your adult life and they kind of like ruin your life, right? A lot of those things is gonna be just coming up and you're gonna be like, what is this guilt and shame? Saturn, it's a Saturn. Okay? Don't blame me. I'm just the interpretations of the energy. Okay? All right, certain changes is going to be have to coming in. Now that is going to be the energy at 1 o'clock as the ascendant is going to be with Uranus. Right now we're going to see this opposing with the shadow, and Uranus is like, enough with this shadow. Don't you? You got sick of this wearing this shadow mask, and you're living in the shadow. Put the cards on the table. That is going to be pretty good because the inner work is going to be attached to Pluto at Aquarius. Very, very transformative energy, very beautiful energy. The moon right now, it's beginning to trining Pluto. Very, very beautiful energy because the moon is ending that energy of Virgo. As the moon is going to be ending Virgo, it's going to be more and more trining Pluto. Okay, because Pluto is at 2 degrees at Aquarius. That means that everything from the 7th degree in there at Libra to pretty much like 25th degree of Virgo, it's falling upon that territory of trining Pluto. So if you have anything kind of Virgo from this 24th, 25th degree to the 7th degree of Libra, now it's time for transformations. Check your chart, what you have there. All right, 2 o'clock, the ascendant is going to be at Gemini, and the inner work is going to be at Aquarius. Beautiful, feel it in the air, right? You gotta feel it in the air. Those are the vibrations. This is like you're in a radio and you're tuning to figure out what stations is. But you are the radio. Can you tune yourself to the vibrations that it comes in as an energy towards us? And they're going to be leading to a proper actions because the ascendant is going to be divine energies, particularly with this personal pack of Venus, Mars, and the Sun. Oh, I have to learn how to talk. Oh, I have to learn how to communicate. Yeah, but I have to learn how to communicate from me to me before I start communicate with others. I have to re-innovate all this pattern because this pattern is coming in from personal communications, Gemini, to evolution with others, which is Aquarius. Okay, but everything is where? In the air. That is it, the moments, you all know what I'm talking about. That is it, the moments when you picture in your mind, when you talk with somebody, how the conversations can go. And you can look at it at the plan, and the conversation is going to be positive or the negative. And you see all the positive and the negative sides. And when you start communicate with the person, you're facing them both, but you already know the answers. That's how you learn to evolve, right? Because you learn how to communicate from within. All right, 3 o'clock. The inner work is going to be on Pisces. That's going to be a squaring Uranus in Lilith, right? Tough time. You look into your subconsciousness shadow that is always tells, oh, you should not say this. Oh, you should not say that. Oh, you gotta keep these things private. Oh, you have to do these things, hidden and so on. As I say, we gotta look what you have on those zodiac signs in there, particularly a lot of the duality that is gonna be coming in. But in Pisces is the one thing in there. There can either be a very disorganized, but the one thing that you need to pay attention to is that in the negative way, Pisces hides absolutely everything. It's kind of like you go into a house that there is nothing, and everything is just like nobody lives there. There is no even cup in a bar. Okay. Been to that kind of house. I've been to this super organized, and guess what happens? It's open one drawer, and everything is just stuffed in there that you cannot even see anything that it's there. And if you look at it, that energy of this, what I'm telling you, pay attention. What are you hiding? What it needs to come out? Because the moon right now, it's suffering with this. Because the energy of Saturn and Neptune, it's going to be very strong and it's going to guilt tripping you. It's going to be like, where are you going to organize the cabinet? Where are you going to be your true self? Where are you going to be putting the things where they need to? Not you always have to pull and empty the whole drawer out to find the things you hide in the back, right? So right now we are talking about a total different reorganizations. Okay, so this energy is going to be coming out more and more, and as we're looking at where did you learn that, we're going to see that the inner work is going to be connecting on the next hour. It's going to be at 4 p.m. That is going to be sextiling Mercury and it's going to be trining Jupiter. It's about, did you learn these things in the family, right? Did you learn it's about in there? And talking about this inner work, first of all, you have to look where in your subconscious patterns, where they're coming from. How did you got things in the subconscious? Because in the subconscious, you copied things from other people. The first people who copied is who? Your parents. How? Because when you were created of the DNA information from your both parents. Then when you're born, whatever the relationship was between your parents, you soaked that up the first 2 years. Not consciously, subconsciously, because you looked and monitored it, but you cannot understand and comprehend it. But you got it within you. Okay? So later on, we're going to see the ascendant is going to be at the end of on the end of Cancer. This is going to be a moment when a Jupiter is going to be turning direct and it's going to come back in there. There's going to be some very beautiful trines in there. Ending of Cancer and the beginning of Aries trine. You see, this is where the astrology becomes very beautiful. You learn properly how to develop yourself as a family. You're learning how to properly develop yourself as a Cancer. And there, you're understanding the power that you're going to have at Aries, that new beginning. Okay? We're going to see it, all right? We're going to see it in a few months, but until then, we're going to be squeezed like a lemons to change, to transform, okay? And since the inner work is going to be very close to Neptune and Saturn, it's going to be put some even more pressure on this evaluating of our own self. It's going to be at 5 o'clock. You may be going to reevaluate everything in your life. From learning who you become, how was your understanding about love and values at Taurus, how was your personal communications, and how did you learn to work and talk with others, how was it within your family, how did you develop your will. All this is going to be coming in and how you organized yourself. And now you're going to see there is some certain patterns you needed, certain patterns you wanted, and a certain patterns they're not good for you. And then you have to let them go. This is the power of Virgo. That's the reason it is duality sign. Okay? So now as the moon, it's still at 26 degrees of Virgo. We're going to see some more challenges. It comes in, particularly at 6 o'clock. I mean, to that inner child. I've been talking about this Chiron, Jupiter, and now we have the Sun, Mars, and Venus. So we're going to see all the personal things coming to a disaster. So I'm expecting in the next few days a lot of people to have emotionally breakdowns about anything and everything, who you are, where you are, family patterns, and there is nothing you can do about it. I'm probably going to hear some from some people. We're going to see some this energy because that energy is going to beginning to rise up. Why? Why is that? Well, Mercury, Venus, not Mercury, but Venus, Mars, and the Sun, they're at 18 degrees Jupiter is at 20 and Chiron is at 22. So the things is just gonna get more and more increased in the next few days. And we're gonna see whether the moon is gonna come in at 20 degrees of Libra, how the whole thing is just gonna be. But if you prepare yourself, you know the things that it's gonna be coming in. If you put your cards on the table to your own self, there's gonna be the cards you give into your partnership. And that's how you will know the truth. Okay? Nobody's perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Okay? But it's not about strive for perfections. It's about understanding that the things that you think they are imperfections, they're actually giving you a chance to be your highest version. Okay? Your higher versions of yourself. So that is that shift from Virgo to Libra. That is the moment when you can tell things to your partner without you worry about it if they're going to be judging you about it and so on. Usually people, what do they say to their partner? Things that their partner loves to hear, right? But then the truth is coming out. As the Lilith right now, it's coming out in the public. So right now is a very beautiful area with this. Uranus is going to be putting very beautiful power renovations because Uranus is trining the moon right now. And he is sextiling Saturn and Neptune. So right now, instead of this guilt, changing in what? In the material possessions, right? That Uranus returning back in Taurus is what the heck are you doing on Earth? Do you making money properly? Do you understand the things properly? Are you in a proper house? Are you in a proper town? Are you in a proper country? What are you thinking? Right? All this energy right now, Uranus is giving into the moon. And the moon right now understand the powers of the shadow because the moon is sextiling the Liliths. The both Liliths, they are at 2 degrees of Sagittarius. Time the truth to coming out. Okay, who else is at 2 degrees? Well, Pluto is at 2 degrees. Right? So it's very kind of like an energy that it comes in and travels around. All right, 8 o'clock. This is going to be at 27 degrees moon. We have 26 degrees of Saturn and 29 degrees of Neptune opposing that moon. Now the pressure is on. Okay, this is like if you ever roasted the meat. Okay, the outside temperature can be about 200, but the inside temperature is about 180. But after 1 hour, that temperature is penetrating the meat. That's how it's gonna feel like. Okay, we're gonna be cooked. All right, and it all depends what you're cooking. Are you open up to these transformations? Are you open up after these internal things inside of it? In there, they are gonna be for the new world. That it's gonna be what you're creating with who? With partnership. The new work that you're going to do with partnership. Okay, because that's what is Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, it is team at work. Okay, and you're gonna have pretty much all these personal planets right now. I mean, we have Mercury, the Sun, Mars, and Venus, personal planets. Only thing it's missing is the moon. But she's going to be arriving there. But that time, Venus, it's going to be already crossing into Aquarius because she's going to leading the pack towards Pluto. And when the moon is going to be crossing into Aquarius, you're going to have the greatest downloads of what you need to change. Okay? All right, I'm talking to you too much, giving you a little bit, guys, in advance, but that is it about the things that you need to be looking at today. Because what you do today, it's going to have reflect on the tomorrow, but tomorrow is going to be having a reflect on the day after. Okay? But it's a matter of fact what you do today. It's the same thing as I was saying before. Gotta know the past, living in the present. What you do in the present creates the future. What are you creating in there? That creation is going to be comes out at 9 o'clock because the ascendant is going to be reminding us about what it was doing with the past. Don't repeat the things from the past. Because you repeat the things from the past, nothing changes. You're going to be doing and staying within the past. Okay? You all been through this. Oh, I cannot do this because this is what I did before. Oh, I cannot do that because I did that before. I heard that from over the years. I had some lot of people coming in for consultations, and one of them, it's like, well, I went in a past life I was this, and a past life I was that, and this is why I cannot do it right now in this world. You know what I call this? BS. Okay? If you're telling this to yourself, I call this BS. You're here to exactly overcome that. You're here to find your will power to change and evolve, guys. That's the goodies, okay? Because you change yourself in a proper way, you're gonna have a great, great relationship. 10 o'clock, here is that energy that it comes in as the moon beginning to this guilt tripping. Now you're gonna be reminded for if you skipped all that. You're gonna be Saturn's gonna come in as like, what did you do today? Did you fix this? Did you look at it? Did you get this? Saturn is going to be turning the knob of the guilt tripping in there because he's the karmic ruler, and he is also creates the support. If you feeling lower back pains or you're having a bone system and so on, it's Saturn. Okay, take a look. What is your Saturn in your chart? All right, because that's what its support is. And that energy is going to be connecting into the inner work. That it comes in, that square between Virgo and Gemini, because the inner work right now it's in Gemini, and the event horizon is at Virgo. Right? How did you talk about other people when you didn't like certain things? Why you didn't like them? Did you play in the sand with others? Did you ever went to play in the sand with others? What did you do when you play in the sand with others? Right? It's 3-year-old. I stayed out before. If you know your personal chart, take your first house. That is going to represent your first year. Second house, the second year. Third house, the third year. The fourth house represents home, family. The fifth house is the fifth year. And so when you develop, create your own belief system, your own self. The sixth house is going to be like, oh, well, I thought that this I'm going to do, that is going to do, but I hurt, and so on. You start developing the empathy at this age of 6. In 10, you go into school. At the age of 7, you're learning things with others. Your age of 7 is the time you're learning the first relationships. Usually that's the time when you like the girl or you like the boy, right? What are you doing there? And this is what we are going to be experiencing tomorrow as the moon. It is going to be moved out of Virgo and going into Libra. That's that transition from age 6 to age 7. And this is what it's going to be. It's going to be some triggers. Okay, because this is the energy of 11 o'clock. This is the moon right here. If you did everything good, everything okay. We have this beautiful trines with Uranus. We have this beautiful trines with Pluto. We have this beautiful sextiles with the Liliths, which is there together. Those are the both Liliths, right? And all that energy is going to be okay. But you have not. Guess what? Saturn is going to be telling you, oh, this is not right. This is not good. Did you lie your partner? Did you lie yourself? Did you did not things? Did you promise something you not fulfilled? And here it is. You learn that from the family patterns, right? And now Saturn is triggers all that stuff. Okay? And this is how with some of the people, if you cannot go to sleep, maybe gonna understand what the things are. But if you did everything right, you're gonna have the most beautiful relax because you're knowing you did your work on you, you did the proper anything that it has to be within readiness for the next step, what you want, relationship, which is Libra. All right, guys, that's all I have for you for today. Thank you for coming in, for the clicks, the likes, the shares, the subscribes. Thank you for the pinching some little bit money to support the channel by buying a coffee. And I'm going to be giving you for tomorrow, January 9th, at 7 o'clock in the morning, how the day will start. All right. Well, oh, God. Charles at work? Possibly, yes. 7 o'clock in the morning, the ascendant is going to be at Capricorn, and the moon is going to be at Libra. That is going to be opposing still Neptune and Saturn a little bit, but that square towards the ascendant, it is my job standing on my way and on my relationship. Is it my relationship is affecting my job? But there is no other aspect except this squares, right? And now the moon, it is trining Pluto. I'm ready to change and take new things. I'm ready to get this shadow out of my face because I see that the partner can see. And that we're going to be talking more about tomorrow. All right, guys, that's all I have for you. I wish you good luck in your inner work. I wish you everything beautiful. Hopefully this report helps you in your life. Much love to you guys. I know the report was a little bit longer, but it was needed. Much love.